Good morning, Mustangs. Well, hello, Mustangs again. My name is Kenzie Davis, and I'm the president of the Do Something Club, and I'm here to introduce Janet Marais from Ben Bells.
Thank you so much. What a pleasure to be here, and I'm really impressed with this amazing facility you have. And I feel so lucky to be able to talk to you guys today about Ben's Bells and to kick off your Kind Campus program at Sahuarita High School. I want to tell you a little bit about the Ben's Bells project so you understand where it came from and what our goal is and how that relates to you as a high school campus and the activities that you'll be participating in from here on out, hopefully. My story is a sad story, and Ben's Bells was started in memory of my son Ben, and I like to show pictures of it. Will you hold that one up? Okay, great. This is Ben, and in this picture, the little one is Ben, and this is my son Matt, and he is now a sophomore at Tucson High. But when Ben was almost 3 and Matt was 6, Ben had a cold, and I wasn't worried about him at all, but unfortunately, his airway swelled shut very acutely from the virus that was in his airway, and he died very, very suddenly. And so I don't have to tell you that his sudden death, threw my family into just an incredible, incredible grief. And we honestly didn't know what we were going to do with ourselves, how we would keep moving forward. The pain I was feeling was just indescribable, and quite honestly, I didn't want to get out of bed most days. I didn't know how to keep going. But fortunately, I was surrounded by a lot of amazing people who came in and took care of me and my family during that time. And if not for the kindness of those people, my family certainly wouldn't be doing as well as we're doing today. But what was very interesting to me, and the reason that Ben's Bells was started, was I became aware that I needed not only the people that knew me to treat me with kindness, not only the people that knew that Ben had died to treat me with kindness, but I needed everybody to treat me with kindness. I became really aware of sort of walking through the world looking okay on the outside, looking normal, looking ordinary, when on the inside I was absolutely dying. At that time I was a teacher at U of A, and you know the U of A campus is just crazy, busy, crowded all the time, and I remember very vividly being on campus and sort of just being amazed that people could walk right by me and not be able to tell what I was going through, but they couldn't see it, and that blew my mind. And during that time, anytime somebody would do an act of kindness for me, the simplest connection, like a nice smile or eye contact or holding open a door for me, or if I drop my keys, maybe they'd pick them up and hand them to me. Those acts of kindness that seemed like no big deal at all were just hugely, hugely important to me during that time. And I remembered wanting to tell people, like, some, innocent 19-year-old kid would hold open a door for me, and I would want to tell him that his gesture, his act of kindness really, really saved me in that moment. And I didn't do that because I knew I'd totally freak him out if I did that. But I wanted to come up with something that would encourage people to recognize, and all of us to recognize, how much power we each have in every single interaction. Even interactions that seem like no big deal, like buying a Coke at Circle K, or holding up a door for somebody. Those moments are opportunities for us to choose kindness. And so I wanted to say this. I wanted to say, listen, we all need to pay more attention to this. This saved me. The kindness saved me, and we can be doing this for each other all the time. So we came up with this idea for Ben's Bells, and these are examples of Ben's Bells. And they're special because the pieces of them are made by people all over our community. So we work with literally tens of thousands of volunteers now. We work with schools and businesses. We work in the prison system. We work in juvenile detention. We have 2 public studios in the Tucson area now that are open 5 days a week, where people can come and hang out, work on the project. It doesn't take any artistic ability to work on it. It's really fun. People bring dates, have birthday parties, that kind of stuff. So by the time one Ben's Bell is finished, at least 10 different people have worked on them. And so they symbolize community and this idea that we are in this together. And even if we don't know each other, there's a lot we can do to make life better for each other in our community. Now, Ben's Bells are even more special because you can't buy them, but what we do is we hang them randomly all over for people just to find. So you might be walking your dog or going for a run on the river path or something and see one hanging. It'll have a tag that says, "You have found a Ben's Bell, take it home and remember to spread kindness." So far we've hung out over 25,000 Ben's Bells for people to find, and the project is spreading across the country in ways that we never imagined it would. And what we found is that people have sort of a universal longing for more kindness. And even when we can't admit it, we want more kindness. And this sort of interesting thing to me about Ben's Bells is that it gives me the opportunity to have this conversation with people about kindness and why it's difficult to be kind and what is it about us that makes it hard to be kind sometimes. So that's the point of the Kind Campus program that you're about to start here and that you've been working on and that your clubs have been so involved in posting quotes around school and messaging around school. The whole point is, it's not that, you know, these people are kind and these people are unkind. It's more that we're all kind and we're all unkind. And we all have the opportunity to choose kindness. And if we practice kindness, and I mean literally practice kindness more and more and more, we will get better at it. All of us will get better at it. And the more we do that, the more that unkind part of ourselves, that sort of reflexive, reactive part of ourselves, you know, goes away. So the point of Kind Campus is for you guys to actually have the sort of courage to give this a try, courage to connect with each other, the courage to not just go along with the crowd if you see somebody getting picked on. And it does take courage because oftentimes it's just easier to sort of stay out of it or, you know, go along with the crowd or whatever. So what we're asking is for you as a community to commit to kindness, to acknowledge that it's not always easy, but that you want to do better. And so we're really excited to kick off a program with you today that we started with the University of Arizona. And U of A has a really cool program called Step Up. And they've had that program for years. And the whole point of that program is bystander intervention. You guys may have heard those words before. But basically the idea is that when we get into trouble at parties or on campus or whatever, there's oftentimes people around who could have helped us, but who don't because they maybe don't know what to do or how to do it or they don't want to get involved. So the Step Up program at U of A is all about learning how to step up for each other, how to stick our necks out, how to be involved, how to do kindness for each other in a way that people can accept. So the U of A contacted Ben's Bells about this partnership, and we were more than happy to participate with them. This is the Be Kind Step Up program, and this is the bracelet that is the sort of center of the program. So these bracelets are handmade at Ben's Bells, and they're made by volunteers, just like the bells are made by volunteers. And they say Be Kind Step Up on them on the front, and on the back they have a number. So this one is number 5,885. The cool thing about the number is you wear this bracelet, and as you're wearing it, you use it as a reminder to yourself to be kind, as a reminder to yourself to take a breath when something happens and not just react, actually choose kindness. And you use it as a reminder. And then when you see an act of kindness that inspires you, you pass that bracelet on to that person and tell them what it means and allow them to then use it as a reminder for kindness, and then they're going to keep passing it around. Then you go to the website, bekindstepup.org, and you enter in the number and tell the story of how you passed the bracelet along. And then you can track and see where the bracelet travels. So we have 5,000 of these bracelets circulating around U of A campus, and I've been traveling from high school to high school to high school, just like I am today, with you guys, introducing the program, handing out bracelets, and so these bracelets are actually all around the Tucson area, the greater Tucson area, and we're thrilled that you guys are going to be a part of it today. So if you get a bracelet today at lunch, and there will be 100 lucky people on campus today that end up with a bracelet, that means that you're responsible for getting this thing started. So if you get a bracelet today, I hope that you'll take it really seriously, use it as a symbol to remind yourself to be kind, and then try to keep that bracelet moving. So if you see your friend wearing a bracelet and they're still wearing it next week, you might want to encourage them to get that thing moving around campus, because it's more fun if those things travel all around campus. So we're just thrilled to be partnered with you today and ongoing, and can't wait to see the sort of kindness activities that you come up with at your school, and we can't wait to hear the stories back from you about how you as a community are stepping up to increase the kindness on this campus. So again, thank you so much for having me here today, and I can't wait to meet you at lunchtime.